guys, welcome back to Not Catch Your Name. It's me, Ella. Today is Sunday, December 8th, 2024. And this is my market recap. I had a little market yesterday. It was at my town square. It was in the American Legion building, which is a building for veterans, if you don't know. The Veteran Museum is in there, and then they do all kinds of, they have a pantry there for veterans, you know, for them to get food from, and all their little veterans events are hosted through them. They raise money and all that stuff, blah, blah, blah. Anyways, it's actually, the American Legion building is old. I don't know when it's built, but it was old. And the room that we were in to have our market in was the, like, banquet room from back then. So it's cool to be in there and to think about all the people from, like, the 40s and 50s during the wartime having parties in there, dancing and stuff. You know, you see that in movies where they're having, you know, dances and stuff. All the men wearing their army clothes and the women wearing those dresses they wore back then. And it's just interesting to think that that was going on in that room at some point. But anyways, that has nothing to do with what I'm talking about, the market. So this was a slow market, okay? Last year I didn't do super good, but you know, it was my first market, so I didn't expect anything, you know. This year was about the same as last year. So I told Devin this coming year, 2025, I probably will not sign up for this one. I will try to find a different one to do around the beginning of December. And there were a lot going on that same day. I saw a bunch of ads on Facebook, you know, in the counties around me, things going on. So I think I'll have more to pick from next coming year. But anyways, we'll get into it. I did make some sales, and I'm always happy to make any sales, you know. I would be super bummed if I sat there all day and didn't sell anything. But I did make back my booth fee, which technically I didn't need to because I paid for that in October. So that was dealt with in October's finances. But I did make a profit, so I'm happy. So I took $1,800 worth of products with me, a little over $1,800, closer to $1,900, and a lot of it's stuff that I've had for most of this year. All my new stuff that I make seems to sell really well, and some of it's old, so I'm probably going to be lowering the prices of it. And actually, most of my inventory that's back here, I'm thinking about putting either on my Etsy shop or doing a YouTube video to see if anybody out in the Etsy world or YouTube world wants to buy it. And then if not, I will probably just put it up until my next market, and then I'll just lower the prices really low on some of them. Some of them are things that do sell really well. It's just this wasn't the best market for them. But some things I've had for almost a year, so those ones I will lower the prices on probably. But anyways, all that aside, let's see here. I sold 21 items, and I made I got on my spreadsheet that I write down, I got a little bit more than on my square, so I must have forgot to track something on my square. So I made $164, which is pretty low, considering my most recent markets, but they were more trafficked markets. Does that make sense? This one had really low foot traffic, and the majority of the shoppers were older people, and a lot of them looked at my stuff and were talking about how they wish they had grandkids to buy it for. So I guess they just don't have grandkids, or that's just something that they say to, you know, keep going. But there wasn't a lot of young people, which is my target audience, you know, teenagers and kids, or young families. So I'm guessing that's because it's a veterans thing that was hosted by veterans and all that. So a lot of the local veterans and their families were the ones coming. But I'm still happy with the $164 that I made. So my sales, I sold $164 worth of things. $86 was on Square. The rest was cash. My Square fees were $264, so I had $83 and some change on my Square after my fees. I did give one girl a $1 discount on a $3 pickle. She only had $2, so I gave it to her for $2 instead of $3. Which I do that a lot for kids. If they only have a few bucks, I usually give them a little discount so that they can at least walk away with one of the $3 things. But yeah, so anyways, here's what sold and when. So it was a 9 to 4 market. Okay, so now I'm going to go through the times, you know, the time frame and everything that sold. I'm going to try to pop up pictures, and I'm going to try to remember to say the prices. I tend to forget to do that. But between 9 and 10, I only sold one thing, and it was a booty frog. That's a free pattern on Instagram, and I sell those for $8. Those are usually really popular, and I think I sold 3 yesterday out of the 7 that I had. And then between 10 and 11, I sold 3 mini octopuses for $3 each, so that was $9. those are not a pattern. They're just one that I make that I'm planning on making a tutorial for. I just haven't had a chance to do it yet. I sold a mini pickle, which is my pickle pattern here on YouTube, but I just make it smaller, for $3, but it was really $2. That was the one that I gave the discount on. I sold a tofu turtle, which is a paid-for pattern off of Etsy. I'll try to link these below too. If I forget to link one, just let me know and I'll let you know what it is. I sold one of my regular size pickles, which is also my tutorial, for $8. The tofu turtles are $10. I don't know if I said that. And then between 11 and 12, which was my busiest hour, I sold an axolotl, which is a free Instagram pattern, for $15. I sold another mini pickle for $3. I sold a capybara that I made recently off of Instagram, I think, for $5. I sold a jumping spider for $5. That's a paid-for pattern on Etsy. I sold a stingray, that is a free pattern on YouTube, for $5. I sold 2 more booty frogs, $8 each. I sold one of my mini love cats. It's my love cat pattern that's here on YouTube, but I just make it smaller, for $15. And then I sold 2 of the zipper bags that was given to me by a Yarny friend. She likes making them, and she just wanted to send them to me to sell for my family. She said, you know, for me to keep all the money that I make off of them to price them whatever I want to price them. And I ended up selling 3 today, but in this 1 hour I sold 2. So I sold one of the medium-sized ones for $15, and I sold a large one for $20. The medium-sized one, maybe it was a large one. I think it was a large one. A girl bought it because it matched her scarf. She had a knitted scarf on that was made out of the exact same yarn that bag was made out of, and she thought that was so cool. So she did buy that. Then between 12 and 1, I only sold one more thing, and it was a mini daisy, which is a free YouTube video here on YouTube, for $3. That was another long hour. And then between 1 and 2, I sold another jumping spider, which is paid for pattern, for $5. I sold one of my reindeer ornaments with the candy cane antlers. That's a free YouTube video here on YouTube as well, for $4. Between 2 and 3, I sold nothing. The last 2 hours were very long. And between 3 and 4, I sold one more of the little zipper bags. It was the smaller size one, and it was for $10. So it was a very long day. Me and Devin was both like, oh, all day. It was slow for everybody though. You know, some of the booths were more popular than others. The food booths are always real popular. There was a lady there. She's called the Pie Lady here in town. Everybody knows her because she makes fried pies. Her stuff was selling like crazy. And there was another table off this way that had canned goods. They were selling really good. There was 2 jewelry booths. Like 3 sewing booths. There was another lady that had some amigurumis that were worsted away, and she also had hats and scarves and things like that, plus a whole bunch of other things like woodcraft things and ornaments and all kinds of stuff. There was a guy selling antique like Christmas decorations and wood bowls. There was a Mary Kay lady right behind me. There was a Tupperware person right beside me. There was an Avon lady right in front of me. I was surrounded by MLMs. And then over off to the side, there was another MLM that was some kind of like, it was like Mary Kay and Avon, but it was different. I don't know what it was. There was one of those people with a hat, a trucker hat bar, where you get the hat and then you put like stamps and patches and pins on it. There was an artist there selling her paintings and stuff like that. And in the years past, I have 2 Christmas ornaments from her that I bought at that market before I started doing markets. I was shopping there, and everybody was the same from last year, except there were a couple people who weren't there. I think that's everybody who came. I can't remember. There might have been some more. There was like 20 of us in that room. It was pretty good, you know. I just think that the traffic wasn't that good. The foot traffic. I feel like even last year there was way more foot traffic than there was this year. But I only made like $20 more last year. So I didn't sell a single Grinch, which I was disappointed in. I made all those Grinches and they didn't sell, but they'll last till next year. So I'm not worried about it. Unless someone buys them on my Etsy shop. I really don't want to make all those listings. So that's why I was going to do a YouTube video. Because making all those listings for 3 containers of amigurumis is going to be long. But yeah, so all in all, it wasn't the best market ever. But it wasn't the worst either. The one that got rained out, I made $99 at. So, and we were in our hometown. So it wasn't a big deal. Devin bought some fried pies that day. And I bought some stuff. So I'm going to show you what I bought. And I bought some stuff from the woman next to me. And then the quilting club. Something like that. Quilting Society. It's part of our senior citizen center, like activity center. They have a quilting club. I can't remember what it's called though. They had a bunch of stuff. They had some crochet and knit, like face scrubbies and popsicle cozies. They had the little sewn things you put over top of a jar lid to make it look pretty. They had some bags. They had some of those little things you carry, a casserole edition. They had bowl cozies. They had all kinds of little things. And I told Devin, like, if I had a lot of money, I would have bought all kinds of stuff from them. But last year they had these bags, and I really wanted one last year, but I didn't have the money. I was poor, broke. This year, I seen them again, and I really wanted one still. And I told Devin to go over and see how much they were. And I was thinking that they were going to be like $50, $60. Because if I made this bag, that's what I would charge for it. That's a lot of work. But they were selling them for $20 each. And so I told Devin, I was like, give me one of those. But it's an adorable Santa tote bag. Do you see all that work that's in there? That's pieced together pieces. The belt, the redness of him, his beard and face color. He got a little wooden nose, little metal glasses, and button eyes. This was only $20. Handmade handles. They're not even like cotton webbing. And it's lined. And when he told me it was $20, I wish I had more extra money, because I have a few friends that I would totally bought these for. And some of them had fuzzy fabric as around the beard and the hat. Actually, I wanted the one with the hair fuzzy, but Devin didn't hear me when I said that, so he picked out the wrong one. But I still love this one. It's still beautiful. I can't believe they were only $20. Like, I almost, when he said that, I was like, what? Because I was sure that it was going to be way more than $20. Because I know way more than $20 worth of materials and work went into this. As a sewer, as someone who sews, I know that this is a lot. But it is the senior activity center group, so I wonder if maybe a lot of their stuff is donated to them. And they just do it to pass time, you know. To have something to do there. They just sew and make stuff and then make money that goes back into the citizen center or something. I don't know. But I just fell in love with him. I just love him so much. So I bought that. And then the lady next to me was selling. See, I don't like paparazzi and those companies where they buy the jewelry and sell it. But this lady next to us is a woman who makes her own stuff. And I actually did 2 markets with her last year. This same market and the Easter market that I did this last March. She was at both of them too. And she makes her own beaded things. It's glass beads mostly. There might be some plastic ones, but a lot of them are glass. She makes necklaces, bracelets, earrings, Christmas ornaments. She had some little yarn dolls that are like, you use the old clothespins, I think it was, old style clothespins, and you put yarn around it. I don't really know how to make them, but I've seen them before. And so she had a big container of bracelets that were, you could pick 3 out for $5, so I got 6 of them. So first I got these 3, because I love blues and greens. And I just thought these 3 went well together. So, these are stretchy bracelets. And then she had a bunch of Christmas ones, so I picked out Christmas ones. Let me see if I can hold them up there. I got these 3 Christmas ones. These ones are not stretchy. They got little toggles. I don't know what those are called. But I just thought they were so pretty. So I got those 6 bracelets. And then she had icicle ornaments. They were only $2 each. I only got one because I didn't want to spend a whole lot of money. And all this was already $32 that I spent. So, I got just one of them. But it's just an icicle ornament. I thought it was so pretty. If I had a lot of money, I would have probably bought every one of them that she had. She had like 20 left when I went over there. And they would be so pretty hanging on the Christmas tree. So I picked out this one because I really like this bead right here in the middle. So it looked like a snowflake. But that's all I purchased. Devin got a jar of salsa and 2 fried pies. He got a cherry fried pie and a chocolate fried pie. I think that's everything that we bought. I like supporting handcraft people. I don't like supporting the MLMs. I will never buy anything at a craft market. That's one of my pet peeves, is when it's a craft market. Places like that shouldn't even be there. So, like, I would have never bought anything from the Avon or Mary Kay lady or Tupperware person. The Tupperware one was busy all day. People were buying from her all day, which is good for her, I guess. But I still don't like it when MLMs are at craft markets, because it's marketed as a craft fair. So everything should be handcrafted and not machine made and making some rich person even richer, you know. But I love my bag and my bracelets and my ornament. So I think I've recapped everything that I was supposed to recap. I do still have a lot of inventory left. I'd like to sell some of it, but I don't know if anybody on YouTube or on my Etsy would be interested in it, especially this close to Christmas. I'm pretty sure in the next week or so, if someone bought something, it would get there in time for Christmas. But after that, you know, it would probably be after Christmas. But, I don't know. I might make a video about it and just try to peddle them on YouTube. I did that once before years ago. I sold a bunch of amigurumis that way. But I love these bracelets. I love the noise they make when they move. If I had had a lot of money, I would have bought a bunch of them because she had a big old container of them, and I was just sitting over digging through them, and I found the Christmas ones first, and then I started finding these ones, and I wanted to get them. But anyways, that's everything from market. If you have any questions or comments, let me know, and I'll try to help you. I'm gonna try to link everything that I talked about down below, and if there's one missing, just let me know, and I'll add it in there. And I will see you guys in another market cap video sometime next year. But I'll see you in other videos until then. So I'm going to hop off here and I'll see you guys then. Bye, guys. It's kind of close, you know.